What's up, everyone? It's Carlos Hernandez, aka your favorite YouTuber, and this is gonna be a different kind of video for me or from the channel. It's gonna have more of a sad tone to it because, as the title says, or it's gonna say something like this. I previously had some life-changing money, which I didn't acknowledge that it was life-changing, and I lost it because I'm a dumbass. And it's one of the growing pains of being more of a newer trader than most people, right? And I'm not a totally new trader, but being a newer trader, taking profits is one thing that I need to practice, and we can talk about that more later. But essentially, I lost 100K. That's it. So I'll just explain how I did it, so you cannot do that, and some important lessons to learn, especially if you're learning how to trade, if you're new to trading, because there's a bunch of new traders nowadays because of the whole GameStop, AMC, all that stuff that just happened. So enough of me talking. We'll just get straight into it, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Here we go!
So to start things off, let me paint the picture for you. Let me put the setting for you just so you can have a full image in your mind. Use your imagination of how this happened, how this was possible, and just exactly what happened. So if you haven't heard, which I'm sure you have, big companies like GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, Nog, all those things, news came up that it was extremely shorted. And I was actually in early, or earlier than most people. So I had a pretty good buy-in price. And the reason why I even got these gains was that I did options. I had some shares, but the majority of it was options. I had 4 options contract to begin with. And for those of you who don't know what options are, I'm just going to do like a brief little description. It essentially lets you leverage the positions that you'll have in the company because each options contract is 100 shares. So essentially, one contract is 100 shares, and I had 4 contracts, so I had 400 shares of GameStop, quote unquote, to my name by a certain expiration date. But this isn't an options video. You can find that video somewhere else on YouTube, but that's essentially how I got in this position. I got in Monday before everything really happened. Monday, January 27th, I think was the correct date. And I bought 4 options. Like I said, I bought 2 options that expired that week, and then another 2 options that expired the following week. It was kind of risky on my part because I did buy the highest options because I did have faith in the research that I'd done, and especially what people have been putting online, actually not just taking their word for it, but doing my own research and looking into it as well. I thought it was a really good buy, and this was kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity because of this squeeze that was happening and of this potential price increase to the moon or whatever. Keep in mind, when I did buy these options, the price was under 100, and the strike price for both of those options was $115. So it was a pretty good buy-in, and the premium wasn't too high. My break even was $138, and essentially what that means is that if the price went above $138, I would make money no matter what. And to my luck, it did break that. And as you have seen, and if you haven't, I'll do like a little GameStop stock image right here, where it did break well above that. And throughout the middle of the week, it did hit around $520 if I am correct. I probably won't show you online, but I think it did hit around $520 at the highest peak. But going through it day by day, right? Monday, it started taking off. There was some traction. There was more traction. Tuesday, more traction. Wednesday, more traction. Wednesday was the highest peak, if I remember correctly. That's when it did hit the highest point of the 500 or a little bit above that. And then Thursday is when they limited trading. And I'm not going to get into that. I'll make a new video about that whole thing that happened, which was really annoying. And it really did hinder my gains. But who knows if I would have taken my profit back then. So I'll make a separate video for that. And then after that, on Friday, it started going all downhill. Fast forward to the following week, it's just been down. It's currently Thursday, I think it's Thursday. And yeah, it's just been tanking. And who knows what's happening, right? The hedge funds, there's conspiracies and people say all these things that, oh, they're preying on the retail investor or whatever, or they all were in on it, all these things. I'm not going to play to that because that's not factual, or that's something that we can't technically prove. But it just sucks. It puts me in a rough spot because I was up so much money, and I'll put a slideshow here of literally just how much I went up because I started with a small account. It's not that small, but I started with a small account of around $12,000, $10,000, and I built up to that. It's not like I just put that money in because I had it. I did build up to that, and you can watch the series that I've been doing up here somewhere that I've been doing since the beginning of the year. And it's really disappointing because I actually made so much money from this trade. And I'll just put a little slideshow here of literally the how it started step by step and how much the money increased and just how much money was actually in my pocket, which like I said in the beginning of this video, at its peak, it did hit 6 figures. I think it hit 102 if I'm exact, but I wasn't grateful. I honestly thought, okay, this is a good start, but I can hit more. I'll get lucky again. It's just going to keep on going. And as a new trader, you know, it certainly does blind you emotionally. And when you're emotionally attached to the money, it can go very bad like it has now, because literally on Monday, I still could have taken profits. And, you know, if there's anything to learn from this video, there's a couple things, and I'll mention them right here. Because as a new trader, if you're watching this and you're seeing, oh, 100K, this guy's an idiot, what is he doing? If that was me, if I was in this position, and I can guarantee that a lot of people watching this are going to say those things. Go ahead, leave a comment, it's whatever. I know I would become a better trader from this. You know, go ahead, smash me in the comments, it's fine. I deserve it, to be honest. And this week has sucked, man. It really has sucked. I've been down because I wasn't grateful, but the lessons to be learned here, number one, always take your profits. And I'm going to repeat that again because a lot of people hear that, but it doesn't really resonate with them. Rule number one, lesson number one to learn from this video, always take your profits, because you never know how much more it will go up, and you'd rather live with, you know, the thought in your mind that, oh, I should have held on because it went up more, rather than, oh, I should have sold because I lost all of it. And it's always better to take some profit, or at least like a minuscule amount of profit, rather than no profit, because profit at the end of the day is profit. $1 more than what you had previously is profit. You are $1 richer. Be grateful for that. And from my perspective, I literally 10 times my money, because like I said, I started with around 10K, 12K earlier this year, and it scaled all the way to that. Like, it's a 10 bagger, 10,000% increase. So we're 1,000%. I don't care about math right now. And I wasn't grateful. I literally could have sold or any time as it was coming down, because as you saw in the little slideshow that I had, it went to like 70, 60, and even the beginning of this week on Monday, it was at 35K. So, you know, I literally could have taken profit at any of those times, and even a little bit after that, and I still would have made money, but I held the bag. You know, I did not sell, and, you know, only time will tell if that's a good idea. Most likely it's probably not going to be a good idea. But I put myself in this scenario myself, so this is something that I have to learn, and it certainly does hurt more because now it's going to be on the internet for a bunch of people to watch, but it'll help me become a better trader, and this will serve as a reminder as, you know, RIP to myself, this will be on YouTube forever. So that's rule number one, or lesson number one. All right, everyone, before we get into rule number two, all I ask in return for making this video is just to please like and subscribe to my channel. It'll really help me out a lot, especially after this 6-figure loss, 100K loss. It'll really help me out. So if you guys could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. I love you guys, and we'll move on from here. Lesson number two, this doesn't really apply to me, even though, you know, I did lose a lot. I'm still young. I can take more risk. You know, as me being younger, I have more time to make up this money, and I know I will make up this money because trading is something that you just currently have to practice, or you just have to practice in general to get better at it. It's just like a sport. But lesson number two is don't invest more than you're willing to lose, or don't put more money than what you're willing to lose, because that's really important. I've seen people on Reddit and all this stuff that literally second mortgage, put their loan from their student loans, just get like a credit card loan for like 85 million% every month, and they put it all in. And, you know, I YOLO'd all the money that I had in my account, but that's not all the money that I have. And that's very important to know, because even though 10 grand is a lot for some people, and I'm not saying that I have a lot of money, which I don't, but I have more money, and I know that I will make more money, and I can put more money, and I can afford to take this loss. Even though it was a stupid decision, it is a YOLO, but I can afford to do that. And a lot of people will tell you otherwise, but being smart and, like I said, learning stuff from this video specifically, do not do that. Only put money that you're willing to risk. Always make sure you have an emergency fund set up just in case that the trade goes really bad like this one did. Always make sure that you are taken care of, that your family's taken care of, that the bills are taken care of, that the house is taken care of, that the dog is taken care of. You know, make sure that stuff is good. Make sure that stuff is set before you go in or go all out, because that stuff is really important. You know, preservation of money is equally as important as making that money grow. And that's something that a lot of people wouldn't tell you, and because it's a smart thing to do and people just gamble their money away. But definitely keep that in mind every time you do trade or put money to trade. And for rule number 3, I don't really know what rule number 3 is. I try to think of one because, 3 is a pretty decent number just to have a list of things. But I guess rule number 3 just will sum up both things. Don't be a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. I make dumbass decisions, but like I said, I'm still learning. I'm willing to admit, even though it's hard and it's real life money that I did lose. Like, this is my hard-earned money. Nobody just gave me this money, said, hey, Carlos, here's $10 million. You can do whatever you want with it. Like, that didn't happen. So yeah, rule number 3, it's kind of both rules combined plus a little dish to myself, right? Don't be dumbass. That's really it. If you can take your profits, right, and you don't put more money than you're willing to lose, you're already on a good start, because a lot of people won't even follow those first 2 rules. And as long as you can follow the third one, don't be a dumbass. That's all 3. That's the ultimate. You're good. You should be a good trader. And like I said, always take profits. I think that's the biggest lesson that you can learn from this video. Always take your profits. I hope this year, 2021, will be very profitable. I know that I will learn from this and I'll make that 100K back. I know it. I believe in myself. If anything, this will serve as some motivation for me. Right now, I'm pretty down, pretty beat, because emotionally and mentally, this sucks. It's hard, because seeing all that money and then just watching it disappear, it's hard. But if anything, this is going to be more motivation for me to become a better trader, to make it all back, because I already made it. So if I can do it once, I can do it again. And like I said, at the end of this year, I expect to have that money back in my pocket some way or another. And you guys are going to watch that happen on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It might be a little bit longer. I don't know. I have to do the editing stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. You guys can screw me in the comments. Just, do what you guys do. And have a blessed day, y'all. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Hold up.
Guys, if you don't know, WeBull will be giving you 2 free stocks when you sign up and deposit your first $100.
Perfect.
With any of these stocks being valued up to $1,400. If you're not signed up already, make sure to use my link down in the description. Also, you'll get $10 worth of Bitcoin on Coinbase when you buy or sell your first $100 worth of Bitcoin. Link is also down in the description.